Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Bill Gravel, and I serve as county judge here in Williamson County, Texas. And you spell my last name Gravell. First, I want to say to those that are in the community, we have suffered great loss. And as your county judge, I had the opportunity yesterday to fly with our U.S. Congressman, graciously by the governor on DPS 1, and I guess the first full day to be able to survey the damage. And we do know now that there were at least 2 confirmed tornadoes on the ground, and the National Weather Service has rated the tornado here in Jarrell as a F1, and the tornado that hit in the Round Rock area as a F2. The Jarrell tornado, we know, was on the ground, or the path of that was at least 11 miles. And we do know that the tornado that hit in the 45-35 area that went beyond Lake Granger in Granger, Texas, was over 24 miles. It's been a difficult last few days for our community, but I just want to remind you all, as our residents and our citizens, let's be patient. Listen, some of you are going to be without electricity for a while. And we understand the challenges that you're going through, but we're just trying to make our communities and our homes safe. I want to tell you why we're in Jarrell today. Here in the Jarrell community, not in the city proper, but in the area, there was some pretty significant damage. We have, in our initial assessment, 23 homes that were in some way affected here from the Jarrell tornado. And as well, we do have 4 businesses that have suffered some damage, or in one instance, their main office was completely destroyed. I want the people of Jarrell to know this, that Williamson County has your back. And I do want to say this to all of our residents. You maybe couldn't make it today to Jarrell to volunteer. I want to invite you to come out tomorrow in Round Rock and join us. I'd love to see 10 or 20,000 people volunteer and show up in Round Rock to join us. I think we're starting at the Dell Diamond, or there may be a new location that they'll be listing, but at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Listen, we need all hands on deck. And to the Central Texas region, I want to say this: you've been so gracious with your donations, with your gifts, and some of you have been really zealous trying to get into areas to help, and we just can't quite get you in there yet because of safety concerns, but we're going to want your help tomorrow. For more information about the work day tomorrow in Round Rock, I want to encourage you to go to roundrocktexas.gov, roundrocktexas.gov. And I want to say this: Mayor Craig Morgan has been doing an outstanding job with great loss in his community. I also would share with you that we just received some preliminary numbers on our commercial or business damage here in Williamson County. And as of today, the number that we have is 33 or 30 plus businesses that have suffered some moderate to severe or total devastation. So we're each day as we go, we find more damage. But let's be gracious and let's work together. I want to say a special thank you to Mayor Larry Bush here in Jarrell, who's just done a phenomenal job in letting his team come together to help us here in the area. You know, Mayor Bush has always been a key leader in Jarrell, but to me, he's a key leader in Williamson County just because he's always there when we need him. I want to say a special thank you. I want to introduce our 2 county elected officials, Constable Paul Liao. Believe it or not, Constable Liao and his staff have worked tirelessly since the tornado, and in fact, we haven't taken them away from their tornado work until today, and I've made them stand behind me today because those guys have done an amazing job. They've actually are working 2 different tornadoes, and here in Williamson County. So Paul Liao and his staff have just been amazing, and we're grateful for that. But now we're going to hear from County Commissioner Russ Bowles, and then following that, we're going to hear from Mayor Larry Bush, and then following that, we'll take a few questions, Lauren, if you can manage that for us. So I'm honored to introduce to you Williamson County Commissioner Russ Bowles. Commissioner Bowles has worked tirelessly in the last few days, but you have to understand that he has thousands of Williamson County residents that live in his precinct that has suffered damage. He's in charge of the east side of Round Rock to Taylor to Granger, all the way up here to Jarrell. So Commissioner Bowles has just done a phenomenal job. Commissioner Bowles.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm Russ Bowles. I want to thank the judge for his work as well, but I want to follow up on Constable Leal. As the tornadoes were moving through Precinct 4, he had his team out and deployed. They were tracking the storm, and more often than not, they were the first responders on the scene for collapsed houses and other damage to see if there were injuries. So as I have been around and I've had the opportunity to talk to people who have lost their houses and lost their homes, and I've been asked, what are you seeing out there? And there's destruction. There's people that have lost a lot of things, but the support has been from the community to those people it's hard to describe how much it's been. And I was talking to Irene Manuska on Tuesday, and we were standing on a concrete slab that used to be her daughter's house. And I've known Irene for a while, and she came walking up to me, and she had the biggest smile on her face. At that particular time, there were about 20 people working, going through the debris. They had a front-end loader going through, and I was explaining to her that I was truly sorry for her loss, and that it really had to be impactful upon her. And she was just smiling. She was in the best mood. And I'm like, she goes, Russ, why are you feeling? Why are you saying that? And I said, well, your family has lost things. And she had the biggest smile. And she said, Russ, God, there were 20 people there. They said, God had planned for us to be here today. And regardless, we were going to be here today. That was God's plan. And we could be here for a totally different reason than cleaning up debris. And this is wonderful compared to the other reasons why we could be standing here today. And she's talking about death, and she's talking about injuries. And one of the things that as I recreate and I look through the neighborhoods that I literally could not get my head around is there. At one point in my precinct, every one of my towns either had an active tornado in it or was being threatened by a tornado. And I look today and we're cleaning up debris instead of going to funerals. And it is just, or visiting friends in the hospital. The fact that we have made it through this with no deaths and no serious injuries is beyond description. That is something that is miraculous. And a lot of that is due to our first responders, and a lot of that's due to people in this community, people in the county. One of the things that we pride ourselves, Williamson County has over 600,000 people in it, but the leaders, we pride ourselves in communicating. And so down from the mayors to the MUDs to the county to the congressmen to the state reps, we talk regularly and we talk straight with each other. And I think we see all that coming into play today. So it's just been wonderful. The response from the people out there, the fact that today we're not at funerals, today we're cleaning up, I find that amazing. So all that being said, let me introduce you to Larry Bush. Larry Bush is the mayor of Jarrell. He has done a wonderful job. Tuesday, as the tornadoes were coming through, he was communicating well. We're reporting back. As soon as the tornadoes had been through, he was out with his chief of police. They were surveying damage that night, and we were able to get real-time reports as far as what was going on, as far as structures and injuries. So with that, Mayor?
Thank you, Commissioner Bowles. Good morning, I'm Larry Bush. I'm the mayor of Jarrell. I'm going to kind of just take you through the small incidences that we've gone through. When the tornado came through, as Commissioner Bowles said, our police chief, Kevin Denny, came over and picked me up, and we did a quick tour of the area to see what was damaged inside the city. That was the first part. We knew that there was some stuff blown over, but we didn't have any reports of damage. Our ESD was reported. They were looking at things. But by the next morning, we had our survey crews out, and I have to compliment our ESD, and I have to compliment our chaplain, Jake Isbell, who within that day identified all of the damaged areas, those people that were going to need help, what kinds of things were going to need to be done, what was the seriousness of it, and also was the one that helped arrange this cleanup day and all of the activities that went with it. As an aside, we are certainly indebted to Judge Gravel, Michael Shue from the Emergency Management of Williamson County for ensuring that we had the incidents trucks out here. They loaded us up with more water than we can probably ever drink out here for the personnel and crew. On the sidebar that comes out of there, the call was put out for volunteers to come out, and this morning we had as many people as we could possibly use for picking up the debris that's in the neighborhood and the areas of the families that were affected over on County Road 396. It certainly is not an easy thing to do to go look at wind damage on all of your property, but already this morning we're hearing there are people that are grateful that they've got such a large response from the community to come over there and help them clean out the areas and the things that they need to go for. In our area, there are some additional thanks that need to go out. Dr. Tony Hicks, who's our superintendent of the Jarrell Independent School District, I don't know, what, 40% of all of the volunteers are here are from the school district. That we've always been in close partnership with the school district. She's done a wonderful job since she's been here. Our own police department with Chief Denny, he's had his officers out doing all of the things that he did. Jake Isbell, a special piece of congratulations, because all I need to do was to sit back and take the accolades from everybody else while he did the hard work. Okay.
That's how you do it.
That's it. You know, his competency really made this easy for those people that need to do it. So thank you very much.
I also wanted to share with you that I did make a request of the governor's office this morning for federal assistance, and FEMA staff will be on the ground this Tuesday or Wednesday in Williamson County, and I specifically made a request for damage assessment teams. So again, we're grateful to the governor for their help, but listen, locally we're dealing with a disaster that is significant and that impacts our community. We're going to take some questions at this time, and I think we just have time for 2 or 3. Yes, ma'am.
This could be for any one of the speakers, but we now know, according to the National Weather Service tornado path reports, that at least part of the tornado that hit in Jarrell this week overlapped with the path with the EF5 tornado back in 1997. So can you talk a little bit about, what kinds of processes maybe were implemented since then that may have helped you this time around?
Well, I'll let the mayor speak specifically to the path overlay, but I would talk about one system that has been implemented since that tornado, at least at the county level, is our alerts and warning system. The reality is 60 to 70% of our residents, from a story that I read this morning, have the alert system set up on their phone. And quite candidly, that technology just didn't exist, that many years ago. So I believe the early alert warning system that people have access to on their mobile devices. But again, and I've said this repeatedly, but listen, I saw meteorologists that were available, that were just feeding live news feeds, and many of you as reporters and some of you are just crazy for the stuff that you would drive in to risk your life. But I'm grateful for your craziness because it saved lives. So those two pieces I can speak about globally. The mayor certainly can speak about the overlap between the last two tornadoes.
Okay. I'll try and answer your question about it. We try not to dwell on the 97 tornado that's through here. My wife and I lived through it. She lost a child with it. This platform that you're sitting on right here was the Igo house that the park over there is dedicated to. It was the original Jarrell City Hall. We repurposed it into a pavilion. The tornado that came through here in 97 was 3/4 of a mile wide. Okay, this is I was born and raised in Kansas. I don't know things that they're that big. I never saw one that was there. The one that came through here, the other one came from north to south. This one came onto the south segment across that direction. I live right over here. I still live in Double Creek, and I watched the winds come through my house. I was really disappointed that I lost one of my Purple Martin houses and had to pick up all my lawn furniture on the north side of the lot. So the tornado was actually much smaller. It still was concentrated, and there was still high wind velocities, but certainly the nature of it was nowhere close to what happened to us a number of years ago. The county had instituted an alert system for radios that we have been advising people, both our emergency services district and the city, to have people put them on their phones. And for all of us that lived up here, all of our phones were squawking like hell that afternoon. So everybody was aware that there was some dangerous weather in the territory, and gave everybody the option. I think one of the thankful things that came out of it is that we had no deaths, we had no injuries, we had property damage, but we had 100-mile-an-hour winds too. So there was some stuff there. We've always been thankful, and we've used that as a platform and tried to let everybody know as they move into the Jarrell area is to use the county's emergency weather system, because it will alert you no matter where you are. Whether you're in the house, driving in your car, out in the pasture, doing whatever else, because our topology around here does not support sirens. We can't force sound that far in our particular area. So we think it's wonderful. Technology is really a great thing when it comes to weather prevention, and we're certainly appreciative for the county to bring that online for us. Does that answer your question?
That does.
All right, good.
Thank you. Could somebody describe again the damages in Jarrell, the extent?
Jake, you were the incident guy.
Sure, yeah. So I've been partnering with the ESD5 survey initial assessment team, and I conducted our initial assessment for the city of Jarrell. We're seeing a mix of minor damage, but also pretty major, and even some complete destruction damage. So we've kind of seen the whole gamut. We've seen several manufactured homes that were taken down to where the tires are, and then we've seen a couple of shingles missing. But it's been a very wide mix. Most of the significant damage was present outside of the city limits, very concentrated on County Road 396, also 305, County Road 305, County Road 307, and County Road 294, and also some areas off 487 as well. It's been very widespread and a mix of damage, and that's the extent of what we've seen in the initial assessments.
How many houses?
I think our initial assessment said 24 homes in between the city of Jarrell and also the county, and 4 businesses that were affected. 2 of those businesses saw complete destruction of their office location, that they have no more place to work. So it's very significant for those 2 businesses, and they're in the process of dealing with that situation right now.
Officer, before you step away, could you say and spell your first last name?
Yeah, my name's Jake Isbell, Isbell, and the Jarrell City, the Jarrell Police Department City Chaplain, as well as pastor at Wayfinders Church in Jarrell. Mm-hmm.